Now here's a fun one that they've put in the syllabus, Chez le Docteur. Okay, the Eric Satie. So this is in compound time. It's about keeping your bow close to the string and keeping your fingers close to the string. You don't want them lifting off the cello strings too high because it takes too long to get them back again. And you want to use all your quavers, you want to use this part of the bow because that's the best sound. It's a lovely piece, very helpful key signature. We're in C major. So here we go, nice, strong, stubborn, firm pinky at the beginning of the piece. And we're going to start with an up bow. We don't need the whole bow. We're going to start in the middle, but we'll push. Okay, and that gives us a good, strong down bow for the second note, which is the first note of the new bar. First beat of each new bar, that's the strongest, most important beat of the bar. It's a good thing to remember for all your music. So we're going to start with a little up bow from the middle. So I'm doing this under speed so that you can practice and get things to start to work under your hand. So there's your nice long bow, but you've got two up bows. You stop and start the bow before you carry on. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. And then you do it softer. How do we get it softer? We're going to stay in the same part of the bow, but we're going to use less bow. Okay, and by doing that, we have to use a slower moving bow. So we travel less, you get a quieter volume. So from the beginning, nice heavy arm. Sort of a healthy, kind of a lively speed bow. And then softer, slower bow. Stop and start. 1, 2, 3, 1. Another up bow. But there's the immediate forte. So what you do, get your left hand there. Look, I'm already there. And you hear my cello ringing. That's the C string that's ringing because I just played my fourth finger on the G string, a C, and the open C string recognized it. So it got tickled. So it started to sing in well, it's sympathetic ringing actually, but it's not. It's happy ringing, I would say. So 1, 2, 3, 1. Now nice and strong. There's your first group of lovely legato slurs. So enjoy them. Get that bow, get the weight of your arm in there and use a faster bow. Stop and start. Less bow. Another up bow, but a heavier, faster bow. Stop and start. Then what you want to do is the quieter bits you use that much bow, and as you get louder you use faster and faster bows. So for each quaver you start to expand, that you increase the length of bow that you're using for each quaver. So you'll get something like this. So as you get louder you're using a faster bow. Now the next bit, the piano's giving you these nice pulse going on in the chords in the piano, and you start with your bow on the string and he'll go 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1. Stop and start. Now the best way to get a really good sound from your C string, make sure that your arm really is in C string mode. We have different heights for different strings, and that's what creates the best sound for each string. C string, you want your arm to be nice and low and heavy. We don't want to be too close to the bridge. We don't want to be too close to the fingerboard. But on the C string, less close to the bridge is a better sound. Otherwise we get it very skatey. So heavy, sort of just off the fingerboard is good. See, I'm not using much bow. Stop, start. Now, when I'm playing on the bottom string, here's the other thing. You can't do it with your arm at A string height. This arm has height modes as well. And the A string, this arm is at its lower of all the positions. D string, a little bit higher. G string, C string. It's not sticking your elbow up. Be very, very clear on that. When I say to my students, lift your arm up, I'm not wanting them to do this. I want them, imagine you've got a hairband or an elastic band around your wrist, and you're picking up your arm from the wrist. And what that does is allows your curved fingers, your lovely cello hand shape, to stay the same shape no matter what string you're playing on. You don't want to be having to go flatter fingers for the bottom string, because it will affect the tuning, it affects the quality of sound, and it will slow you down. You might not be having to play too fast in this piece, but this piece is preparing you for new pieces that will come. And if you've only learnt to play with very, very flat fingers, it's a bit like asking a ballet dancer to dance in welly boots. They want to be on their points. And we don't play right on the bones on our fingers. Don't misunderstand me. But you want your fingers above the string that you're actually playing on. I use the pads of my fingers. Look, you can see where I play. I'm not completely on the bones of the fingers. Okay, so I use the cushion part, the squishy part of the finger, and that gives me, and I think it gives you, the best quality of sound. So we're staying slow bow. My arm is higher. It allows the pinky to reach the C string, and it goes a little bit lower because I'm on higher strings now. Long bow. Heavier bow. Faster bow because it's louder. Lift the arm. Lift. C major arpeggio. Long bows, fast bows. Now, push your first finger onto the D string. Leave 2 where you just played that note. Now push your first finger onto the D string, and you're going to start with a down bow on the bottom 2 open strings. And then you slur the bow to the top 2 strings. That's how you get a chord out on the cello. Always down bow. And you want to slur from the C string to the A string in one bow. Don't do it from the wrist. It will never work. But if you lift your upper arm, so your upper arm's saying to the bow, yeah, I'll put you over there. I'll lift you and take you over. It comes from here. Something else that tends to happen when people play chords, maybe for the first time, is they think, oh, there's so many notes. This is really hard. I've got to squeeze really hard. And their fingers start to slide together. So, of course, the tuning goes out. You don't need to. You just need the same normal weight of the fingers connecting on the string and the same normal weight of bow. So go from your C string and you want to slur. Now I'm playing 4 notes. I'm not playing them as 4 individual notes. The best approach for a 4-note chord is to play the bottom 2 notes followed by the top 2 notes. So here we go. There's 1 chord. I lift my arm up. There's the top chord. And then you just join it up in 1 bow. So you have this last line. Nice long bows. And then expand the bow to 1. And there's your chord. Okay? And do a big swoosh at the end. It'll look great and it'll sound great. Enjoy.